Rotuma o tu hanu. Hanu ni o tu timamfua ma on famuri. O tu whenga, hanga, ma ngarua. Kel o kia ngu Rotuma.
The island of Rotuma has been politically part of Fiji since 1881. The volcanic island is approximately 43 square kilometers and takes 2, sometimes 3 days to reach by sea. Currently, there are around 2,000 Rotumans who live on the island, with around 10,000 scattered around other parts of Fiji and across the world. And like many other Pacific Islanders, Rotumans have a strong connection to their land.
You know, being here in Rotuma with the land and the villages, because we have this bond here. It's from our ancestors, I guess. The bonding system is very powerful here, and for you to be united with your greats here is something that we cherish it. See, the land here, you are almost anywhere you go around in Rotuma, you related to someone. Somehow or the other. We're almost all interrelated to each other.
On their home island, Rotumans by and large enjoy a comfortable standard of living, with plenty of food, adequate housing, and an ever-increasing number of motor vehicles and modern appliances. Their lifestyle is supported by a combination of local production, earned income, and reciprocal exchange with Rotuman migrants, most of whom live elsewhere in Fiji.
Here, we concentrate more on farming, eh? Yeah, like if you have enough crops in your plantation, well, it's no problem for the family.
I enjoy living here because we don't spend a lot, save a lot of money, and if we make use of the resources properly, then we get a better life. Otherwise, we need to struggle for our living. Eh?
Culture and tradition is still a very important component of life on the island. And it's this cultural component that all Rotumans want preserved for future generations.
We are very mindful and we're very grateful to the present government, the Prime Minister, for the fact that in the new 2013 Constitution, our unique status as Rotumans is enshrined and guaranteed in that document. The retention of our cultural traditions is safeguarded, and more importantly, our land. The proposal to change the Rotuma Act and the Rotuma Land Act reflects that. So, yes, culture and tradition, is very important.
Life on the island may seem more relaxed than in the urban areas, but access to basic services is always a concern for the people residing on the island. And government has made a commitment to providing these services.
The Prime Minister has committed a lot. And you can see the reaction of the people. They were happy, and my vision is to put it in place, and see that those people there in Rotuma and the maritime islands have the same service that we urban centers are receiving from government.
Government's obligation to the people, regardless of where in Fiji they reside, was a key part of the Prime Minister's message as he celebrated Rotuma Day with the people on the island.
The government exists solely to serve the people. Our job is to empower you, to give you the things you need to improve your own lives and the lives of your family. Our job is to not make false promises, but to deliver. And wherever you live, and no matter how distant or isolated you are, every Fijian deserves the same level of government services.
Rotuma Day is the annual celebration which falls on May 13th, marking the anniversary of the island's cession to the British Crown in 1881. After being ceded to Great Britain in 1881, Rotuman chiefs agreed to have the island become part of the Fiji group. And when Fiji gained independence from the British Crown in 1970, Rotuma was part of the new independent nation.
We are celebrating another anniversary of Rotuman's cession, or when the islands were ceded by our forefathers to Queen Victoria more than 100 years ago. It is a day in which Rotumans all over the world, including our little island community and Fiji, right throughout the main centers where Rotumans gather just to commemorate the day and to remind them that a commitment has been made by our forefathers to be part of the colony of Fiji. And we have been part of the colony and the community since then. And it is a special and unique relationship between our two communities as the two indigenous entities within our beloved nation. And not only are we conscious of that connection, that special bond, but we have been very grateful for that unique relationship in terms of the way in which past generations of Rotumans, present and hopefully in the future, will be able to enjoy with the government of the day.
It has been a long-standing relationship, and the contribution of the people of Rotuma to the development of the nation has never gone unnoticed.
I'm fond of saying that Fiji generally punches above its weight in the world. But it's also true to say that Rotuma punches above its weight in Fiji. And every Fijian, no matter where they come from, honors that contribution to our national life. I was especially keen to be here today in the homeland of every Rotuman to share in your celebrations and focus more national attention on the importance of the Rotuman community in Fiji.
The contributions made by the Rotuman community over the decades to national development have no doubt been significant, and there are hopes that this legacy will be carried forward by future generations.
As a little ethnic community within our beloved nation, we certainly have been punching above our weight because of the fact that if you look at all levels of government and even the business sector, you always find someone from this island there. And I hope that, and I keep telling the school children when I talk to them, my sons, my family, that whatever you do, make sure that you don't forget you come from a little remote island where our forefathers and our elders had taught us values, principles by which you should stand by.
The Prime Minister said government wants to encourage the public celebration of Fiji's rich and unique heritage to take the nation forward in a united and inclusive way.
I have a fundamental belief that there is a place in the new Fiji for everyone, whoever they are and wherever they come from. It doesn't matter to me what your background is. Together, we must all work hard to fulfill our destiny and make Fiji great. And we can only do that if everyone is equal and has the same opportunities, the same responsibilities.
Apart from visiting the island for celebrations, Prime Minister Rear Admiral Bainimarama said government is working to ensure that those who choose to remain on the island have the means to live comfortably.
We want to create further incentives for people to stay on the island if they choose to do so, providing for themselves and producing things that other people want to buy. Your population has been steadily declining over the years, and there are currently 5 times more Rotumans living outside of Rotuma than the 2,000 or so who remain behind. We want to arrest that steady decline by providing Rotumans with a viable, sustainable economic future not only for themselves, but for future generations.
To see what those living on the island needed, over 100 officials from various government ministries and agencies accompanied the Prime Minister as he held Talanoa sessions with the 7 districts on the island. This also allowed government to gauge the development progress over the years. While works continue around the island, those residing here say Rotuma has come a long way over the years, and many have commended the work government has done.
What the Prime Minister did to Rotuma is like only the blind cannot see what he did. Right now, like the past governments, they promised us this, and only the Prime Minister did what they supposed to do 40 years ago.
Well, it's a big change from this government. It's a big development today in the island. Many of the developments are different from other governments. Like what Prime Minister had mentioned, education today, it's a good thing for the people. Before there are many children that cannot afford to pay the school fees, so there are many children, they are married today, but they only up to class 2 or 3. Parents have to stop them from going to school. But today, every child is going to school today.
During his visits with the people of all the districts of Rotuma, the Prime Minister stressed that government's job is to empower the people, so all Fijians will be equipped to improve their own lives. The Commissioner in charge of the welfare of the Eastern Division says this has been reiterated to all Fijians living in our rural and maritime areas.
My vision for all the maritime islands, the Eastern Division, first of all, development plans, okay, 5-year development plans from all the villages, and then they have the province development plan, okay, strategic plan for that, okay, and we need to improve on this handout mentality, okay. We need to provide programs that that they can involve in income generating projects, okay, to generate their own income, and remove this handout mentality, because it has been there for quite a while, and our focus is on the schools and health and agricultural. With those plans in place, then we can always work on that with the budget that are given by the government.
Over the years, the Rotuma Council has had thorough consultations with government representatives to identify pressing areas of need for those on the island. And the commitment by government in addressing these issues has paid off.
We've improved the roads around the island, improved the Oinafa jetty, repaired and upgraded your airport, upgraded the Rotuma hospital, and I'm making plans to build a new one. Upgraded the nursing quarters, established the Rotuma Export Market Company, RAMCO, and boosted the range of government services such as the Met Office, Immigration, Customs, Biosecurity, and the Port Authority to enable Rotuma to become a recognized port of entry into Fiji.
Advisor to the Rotuma Council, Chochi Conrote, says all this work carried out by government has improved the lives of everyone living on Rotuma.
Never in the history of our little island community has so much been done by a government administration to improve a lot of the community in terms of improving their income generating capacity, their living conditions, compared to what the present administration has done over the last 8 years or so. Having said that, I'm not insensitive nor dismissive to the efforts of past administration. We're equally grateful for that, but in terms of timelines and periods of which developments are carried out for Rotuma, in so short a period of time, so much has been accomplished by the government of the day, and the chiefs and the people of Rotuma have expressed their appreciation and gratitude in the traditional manner when we celebrate Rotuma Day.
I'm really amazed by what by the Maramang government has done to Rotuma, and I'm very happy to know how much is developments are going around in Rotuma. But one thing I'm really worried of is if we're going to make use of what's been given to us. For example, the REM call. We have this REM call thing here. It's not working at the moment. See, so I believe that money is going to be wasted if we don't have the proper people to lead us. I'm really happy about the development that the government has done, and I'm pretty sure that we are blessed. I believe all the Rotumans are blessed to have this much given to us here. All we need to do now is to stand up and just take the initial step. Yeah. Otherwise, we will just wait for the other one to hold your hand and pull you, then I think it won't work.
The Rotuma Export Market Company, or REMCOL, was established to facilitate direct trade between Rotuma and Tuvalu, and Rotumans have been encouraged to further develop the agricultural sector.
We think the island, with its rich volcanic soil and favorable climate, has a lot more potential to develop its agricultural sector. We need to free up more land for agriculture. We need increased production and higher yields. We need to improve our food security and do everything we can to boost our current export trade with Tuvalu.
The Honorable Prime Minister has committed himself on that, and is sending a Fiji delegation across next month to continue with the trade talk with Tuvalu, and it will be represented by the Fiji government and the Prime Minister's office, and probably the few from the Rotuma think tank, and council member also will be going across next month. That is confirmed. And just to continue the talk and revive the trade Tuvalu and Rotuma once again.
Rotuma Island is governed under the Rotuma Act, which makes provisions for the administration and well-being. This is now being reviewed and modernized to address issues affecting Rotumans, a prominent one being disputes over land.
Because unlike Fijian land, which is along the paternalistic line, Rotuma is so small that we prefer to retain the status quo in terms of you decide, which side you go to, your mother or your dad's side. And because of the fact that the proposal and the law, which I believe has been sort of changed, that we are to follow the native land trust board model, and everyone in the land belongs to the father. Now that was something which our people didn't want, and that is something which we ensured that the review team was made aware of. That as far as we're concerned, we prefer to keep it that way. So you decide which way you want to go and build your house in, your father's side or your mother's side. And Rotuma is very small, and government is very considerate. And I believe, I haven't seen the new laws, but that is what is going to be reflected in the new lands decree.
The Prime Minister held Talano sessions with all 7 districts on Rotuma over 2 days, with assurances that government will continue the development on the island. Apart from upgrades to facilities at the government station, a new hospital will soon be built with the latest medical facilities to cater for the 2,000 people living on the island. Another major issue faced by those on the island is shipping services.
The only thing is the shipping. We find it very hard because monthly, the government supply monthly trips to Rotuma, but since that time we haven't got enough. Like the ships now, they only take few drums, but if the government can look into that, I think that will solve the problem.
But this will now be a thing of the past after government acquired new vessels to service this route, the MV Singapore and MV Vunilangi.
These new ships are not only providing a better travel experience for passengers, they also have modern freezers to keep produce in peak condition. And they have the ability to carry far more in the way of supplies, making it easier to build better houses and ferry new equipment such as generators. So they are playing a vital role in our overall plans to improve the infrastructure on islands like Rotuma. As I said at the commissioning of Vunilangi last week, we are putting the service back into the government shipping service.
Rotuma exhibits a unique combination of geographical and cultural characteristics. Over hundreds of years, Rotumans have developed a unique culture, closely connected to the land and the sea. The rich diversity of the forests and oceans have provided for generations of Rotumans. Now those who remain on the island, the custodians of the land, only hope for the best for the generations to come.
Vinakatanga me ona tukuna na vinaka ni nungu maiti Rotuma, au kila ni sambule Rotuma sa kay Rotuma talanga. Baka bimbi vera na le ni Rotuma, na le ni bonu ratsugo rot ibiti. Baka pa ma so sini dakadak, may tawana na ngele rambini tungu. Ndarawi lavo kina ndakana ndambula tiko iki. Na buno vinaka Rotuma, Rotuma is a pedrak place.
I look forward to the day when I'm not around. My sons, my grandchildren will enjoy the sort of Fiji that we, as the elders of this present generation, will leave behind us. We'd like to leave a legacy of service, of commitment, dedication, so that those who are coming after us will continue on, hopefully, so that we have a good Fiji for the future.